Hello, I'm Chris Gunnoo, and I just want to share with you my experience of hydroponics. While surfing the internet, I came across hydroponic culture. I was amazed at its techniques and spent lots of time reading and learning about them. It's fantastic to look at all the information available on the internet and the number of people sharing their experiences. I want to thank those people from whom I learned this wonderful method and for the success I met. I have derived an abundance pleasure growing tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, the red, yellow, and green variety, melons, and strawberries. And what I want to do now is just to teach my students how to grow them. This lesson will focus on what hydroponics is about, the growing medium, why does hydroponics work so well, the difference between hydroponic organic and regular fertilizers. Is hydroponic a complicated process? And finally, my method of growing, which is a simple and cheap method. First, let's see what is hydroponic. The name hydroponic comes from Latin and means working water. Hydroponics is the science of growing plants without soil. Some people call it dirtless gardening. No soil means no weeds or soil-borne pests and diseases. But where do we grow them? The growing medium is simply what the roots of the plants are growing in. This can be a vast variety of materials, including rock wool, perlite, vermiculite, coconut fiber, gravel, sand, or any number of other materials. Even air can be a growing medium. The growing medium is actually an inert substance that doesn't supply any nutrition to the plants. All the nutrition comes from the nutrient solution, which is just a mixture of water and fertilizer. You can therefore easily control everything. The plants always maintain a level of moisture in hydroponic systems. Look at the benefits we get. Your plants grow healthier, they grow faster, they are more resistant to diseases. The root system stays smaller so that the plant can concentrate its growth energy more on producing the leaves, the flowers and fruits rather than the roots. The result is that the plant grows 30% faster than it would be in soil. The grower to have more plants per square foot of garden space, since the root is not in abundance, so there's no need for repotting. Hydroponics produce has a longer shelf life than soil grown produced. Hydroponics is clean, so it adapts easily to indoor culture, but may also be used outdoors or in greenhouses. Both hydroponic fertilizer and fertilizer intended for use in soil contain the three major nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The major difference between hydroponic fertilizer and dirt fertilizer is that hydroponic fertilizers contain the proper amounts of all the essential micronutrients that dirt fertilizers do not include. And the plants are expected to find these elements in the soil, assuming that the trace elements are in fact present in the soil. Problems can arise for the plants if any or all of the micronutrients are not present in the soil or depleted by successive or excessive planting. What are micronutrients? The micronutrients that are required for healthy plant growth are calcium, magnesium, sulfur, boron, cobalt, copper, iron, manganese, molybdenum, and zinc. These nutrients are essential elements that plants need in very small amounts. Without these trace elements, plants can become sick and develop all sorts of problems depending on which micronutrients are missing. In the case of food crops, the lack of micronutrients in the soil can mean a lack of nutrients in the food, which means that the food is not as healthy as it could be and people can develop health problems due to the lack of these essential elements. Is hydroponic gardening complicated? Yes, it can be complicated with computers and sensors controlling everything from watering cycles to nutrient strength and the amount of light that the plants receive. On the other hand, hydroponics can be incredibly simple. Coming from it, and to it I connect my pipes, and the pipes will go on all the plants, and finally the pipe will be connected again to another reservoir where excess water will go inside. And I have a pump connected to my reservoir. Once I put it on, now this will send the solution back through to the drum. So there's a pipe connecting the drum to my pump, and I have to support my drum with some concrete blocks. I usually use also some rainwater when it's available coming from the roof of my house, and inside the drum, when I have to add water, I add also the nutrients which comes in solutions A and B. Now once it's inside, now you can have a look at my apparatus, and after preparing the solution, I open the tap in the morning usually, and the solution get distributed to all my plants through the pipes. And this happens slowly, very slowly during the day, and excess water, excess solution which have not been used by the plants are collected in the reservoir. So I again use this solution for a couple of weeks before I change them completely. So once I put on my pump in the afternoon, the solution again goes up this and fill up the drum. This will take around just 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. So it's something very simple, and this is the apparatus where I actually plant. The pipe goes in the middle, and it is made up of pipes again and some plastics. Okay, this is my greenhouse. I'll start with the seeds, which will grow into smaller plants, and then later on this will grow again, and this is where I'm going to place my plants. After a couple of days, the plant will grow taller. With the buildup of carbon dioxide inside the greenhouse and the level of heat, the environment is appropriate for quicker growth of the plant. As they grow taller, I have to tie them with strings to make them follow a path. Here you can see the plants have grown taller again, and the peppers are almost ready. They started from green, and the variety, since it is a yellow variety, you can see them turning into yellow. So they look very juicy, very beautiful, and almost no stain on them. So that's the benefit of hydroponic plants. I'm not sure that in the soil we would have had such beautiful fruits. And we have most of the other plants, like tomatoes, also have grown into maturity. They have started to ripe, and they look very beautiful inside the greenhouse. I'll leave you just to have a look. My plants have grown into a thick forest inside, so you see the plants can grow together, unlike in the soil. Now I leave you to appreciate my peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers and melon, and you may start dreaming now. I've been trying to grow melon and I have succeeded in getting some. This one is not ripe yet. As it is heavy, I had to support it so that it doesn't fall down. I set up a question to my student and I got some of the students coming to visit the greenhouse and find for themselves so that they can answer correctly and see what's really happening inside the greenhouse.